China is suffering from increasing international response, due to its steps in the pandemic. Recently, Australia has called for an investigation of the origin of the virus. Germany and the United Kingdom continue to be concerned about the possibility of allowing Huawei into building 5G networks. U.S. President Donald Trump wants to punish China. Some governments want to sue Beijing for compensation. The international reaction is creating a divisive PR war and pulling back Beijing's ambition to improve its position globally, according to the New York Times. Under international pressure, China is responding fiercely, using both medical aid and a strong nationalist tone, accompanied by economic threats, to require countries to know. Thanks, New York Times, for comment. But the above intrigues further fueled the backlash and the growing loss of confidence from Europe and Africa, damaging the image of China. Greenlighted, a generation of young diplomats at overseas Chinese missions are trying to prove their loyalty with nationalistic, sometimes threatening messages. Now there is a whole bunch of Chinese diplomats who are competing fiercely, even insulting, towards the country they are sent to work in, said François Godement, senior Asia advisor to the Institute. Montaigne in Paris, told the New York Times. In the past weeks, at least 7 Chinese ambassadors, in France, Kazakhstan, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana and the African Union, have been summoned by the host country to answering the allegations, from China's propaganda of fake news and racist treatment to Africans in Guangzhou. Just last week, China threatened to stop Dutch medical aid because it changed the name of its representative office in Taiwan. Earlier, the Chinese embassy in Berlin had openly quarreled with German newspaper Bild after it demanded that China compensate Germany $160 billion for the disease. Meanwhile, President Trump said the administration was seriously investigating how Beijing handled the disease, without disclosing details. He also asked U.S. intelligence to find the source of the epidemic, reiterating unsubstantiated doubts about the laboratory in Wuhan, although most U.S. intelligence did not consider the virus to be artificial or genetically modified. Trump also raised the possibility of suing Beijing for $10 million in compensation for every American killed. Tougher with China is a rare goal that both the Democratic and the Republican side in Washington agree. Missouri was the first state to file a lawsuit against China in federal court. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Zhou Yanqing recently cited allegations that the virus was from the U.S. instead of China. If a Chinese spokesperson has come up with such a conspiracy theory, the signal sent to Chinese diplomats around the world is that they are allowed to attack like loudspeakers, according to Susan Shirk, scholar of China and is the director of the 21st Century China Center at the University of California, San Diego. But in the long run, China's tone is spreading doubts and damaging its own interests. Because of the escalation, all negotiations become more difficult, according to Shirk. In recent days, Chinese state media have made statements to attack many countries. For example, after Australia announced it wanted to investigate the origin of the virus, Chinese media called Australia a piece of gum stuck to the bottom of Chinese shoes, and said Australia was risking trade relations with China. To 1/3 of Australian exports. Many people will ask, why are we drinking Australian wine, eating Australian beef? Chinese Ambassador Cheng Jinai told the Australian Financial Review. But Australia Foreign Minister Marise Payne rejected China's economic compression plot. In Germany and in the UK, there are more questions about whether Huawei should build a next-generation 5G network. In addition, there are growing concerns about China's dependence on essential materials and pharmaceuticals. France, which has good relations with Beijing, also countered Chinese diplomats who accused France of deliberately letting elderly people die in nursing homes. China's accusations led to backlash from French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian and parliamentarians, even though the two countries exchanged medical aid earlier. Recently, the German government complained that China wanted Germany to make a positive comment on Beijing's war against the campaign, but Berlin refused. Accordingly, there are personal contacts from Chinese diplomats in order to make positive public comments on China's virus control. According to the German Interior Ministry, Berlin responded to a request from Beijing that it believed transparency was important in combating the epidemic. China denies this effort. Similarly, in Poland, U.S. Ambassador to Warsaw Georgette Mosbacher described China's pressure to force President Andrzej Duda to call Xi Jinping to think. That call was praised by Chinese state media. Poland will not receive medical aid unless there is a call, so China can use it for propaganda purposes, Ms. Mosbacher said. In other developments, the European Union, EU, called on China to cooperate in investigating the origin of the coronavirus, after Beijing pressured the EU to downplay the report on its propaganda. Some British conservatives have formed a group to reconsider their relationship with China. Inside China, there are also discontent comments with the current diplomatic tone. In a recent article, 89-year-old Xi Zhongyuan, a veteran of the United States at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, said China's current policy is at risk of getting out of control.